Hello everyone, how are you today? I hope you're well. So today is a bit of an informal chat. There's nothing planned, there's nothing on the agenda. Just want to find out how you are today and what you did today. A very common question to initiate a conversation is to simply ask, how's it going? This is very informal. So if someone says to you, how's it going? They want to know how you are. And here it can refer to many different things. It's quite an open-ended question. When I say an open-ended question, this means that there are so many possibilities. So it can refer to the time of day. So it could be the morning, the afternoon, or the evening. And if your day hasn't finished, so for example, I could say, how's your morning going? In this case, you can say, it's going quite well. So here I said, it's going quite well because the morning hasn't finished, or that particular time of day hasn't finished. So it's quite a useful, versatile phrase. When I say the word versatile, I mean that it can be used in many different ways. So if someone asks me how my day is going, I would say, it's been quite busy, or it's been extremely busy. I've taught quite a few students today. I've had to run a few errands. I had to run to the bank, do a bit of shopping. So my day was quite busy. And one student in particular had some really good news today. So he's been searching for a job and I've been helping him prepare for his interviews, and he received a job offer. So it was really fantastic news because we've been working on questions like, tell me about yourself, which is such a common question, but we came up with a very good strategy to think about values that align with his character, but also applying this to the job that he is looking for. So when a person is looking for a job, it's such a fantastic idea to go to the company's website and have a look at the company's ethos. The ethos means what they stand for. So it may be things like innovation, diversity, or inclusivity. So here you can try to mirror some of the things that the company stands for with your own values. And it's really good practice to think about adjectives to describe your personality. Things like being hardworking, having good communication skills, being very honest or passionate about something in particular. So it could be related to the job. You could have a passion for studying IT or psychology or accounting, or you could have a passion for traveling. So passion is such an emotive word, which is very powerful, because if you think about things that we do in life, we do them because we are driven by emotions. Yes, you can be logical, but then your emotions can be such a powerful driving force to keep you going. For example, with this YouTube channel, today is, I think it's the 22nd video in a row, which is quite a lot, but I feel like I am driven by the passion to make these lessons to help as many students as possible. And also on YouTube, there is a lack of diversity. And so I think it's good. And it's good to see diversity on the internet and representing British English speakers. I think it's good to be exposed to different type of accents and different people, because when you're thinking about improving your English, it's nice to hear a variety of different accents. And the UK is such a large place that there are so many different type of accents. So like I said, today was quite a busy day. I do need to get to the gym. It's something that I have been neglecting, which is quite easy to happen when you have a busy day. So when you neglect something is when you put it off. But I am committed to getting back to the gym tomorrow and getting some shopping, running some errands. So when you run some errands, this is when you have small things that you have to do here and there. For example, going to the bank, doing shopping, going to the post office. So these are small things that you have to do during the day. So let me know in the comments, what did you do today? And it's really good practice, especially to help you to think in English. So when you're thinking in English, especially before you go to sleep, it's such a good idea to think about what you did today, because the brain loves questions. It loves to find out the answer to questions. And start very simple. Ask yourself, what did I eat for breakfast? Where did I go? Who did I speak to? And you can start to practice the past tense when you're running this through in your head. I ate this, I spoke to this person, I went to this place. So it starts to feel natural when you are narrating your day. And for dinner, I managed to cook some chicken breast with some vegetables. And I tried a different way to cook the chicken breast today, adding different spices. And cooking is something that I am passionate about because it can be so creative. I don't like washing up, however, because it's very dull and it feels very mundane. So mundane is when it feels very boring. And I like to listen to a podcast when I am washing up. So doing errands and housework and things that you have to do in the day can feel like a chore. It can feel very difficult at times. You can put it off, but it can also make you feel good. If you feel like you are in a space that is organized, it can help you to think in a clear way. I'm a firm believer that if you are surrounded and in a good environment, then it can make your mind feel clear. You can think clearly. You can plan your day. If your surroundings are messy or cluttered, it can be quite difficult to think clearly. I do not have something like OCD. So OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder, where things have to be in a particular way. So I am not obsessive when it comes to neatness, but just having a decent cleared area makes me feel good, and I feel like I have a clear mind when I'm in a nice surroundings. So that's been my day pretty much. And I think I will have a nice cup of tea and a slice of bread with Biscoff. I've become quite partial to Biscoff lately. It's like a caramelized spread. It's not as sweet as something like Nutella, and it can be quite dangerous because it's very easy to eat. You can use it in different ways. You can make microwavable cakes with it. You can spread it on bread or into milk and make a Biscoff milkshake. But it's nice from time to time to have a bit of a treat. And yeah, otherwise life can feel a little bit mundane, can feel a little bit like Groundhog Day, where every day feels the same. Do you have anything sweet that you like to eat or anything nice as a dessert? I also quite like dark chocolate. Something around 70% is quite nice to have 1 or 2 pieces. And I think it's quite nice. I try not to eat too late in the evening because it can disrupt my sleep. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me know in the comments below. Did you hear any interesting words in this lesson? So this was quite an informal chat just to talk about your day. And I wanted to show you how it's such good practice to try this every day. There doesn't have to be a set agenda where you are practicing a certain route, a certain category, a certain topic. The whole idea is to try and immerse yourself in English, and sometimes there will be lots of different topics because real life is like this. When you're speaking to someone in real life, people will go off on tangents. So when you go off on a tangent, you would relate that topic to something else. So you may talk about something completely different, but then try to connect it to what you are talking about. And the whole idea here is to have some kind of coherence. So coherence is when you have a logical stream of thought that even though it doesn't seem like it has to connect in an obvious way, it does in a roundabout way, and it adds some fullness to your conversation because you're thinking about how I can connect a certain idea with another idea. So let me know, how has your day been today? Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next lesson. And also remember, I have created a quite a good series. It's a playlist about everyday English, and I highly recommend that you watch this video next to improve your everyday conversations. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next lesson. Bye-bye.